Wow. You guys, I'm sorry that I'm late. I turned on my computer like 4 minutes ago and it didn't update. So I could not get to you guys. Like I had to wait. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I did not know. I'm already hot. Um, I did not realize it was going to do that. Hey, Laura DePreetz. Oh, I'm in my comfies on the bottom. Hey, Teresa, Stacy Toms. Joanne Ventrilla's here. Hey, Rach. Pat Jonas. Mara, hey, I've got words. I wondered how many people would be here tonight because it's a Saturday. Hey, just as I am. It's a holiday week coming up. Liz Tricks made it. Hey, Alana, Beverly, Sarah Kay, Brian Lucas made it. Thank you, Snake. Again, Ken, I'm sorry I missed your birthday, guys. Ken's birthday was 2 days ago, and I feel terrible about that. Hey, Kim Wiseman. Kimmy Steele, Jersey Jan, Susie CJ made it. Linda Carlson, Kat K. Nikki Neverin. Hey, Amy Edge. Margie Bart Anderson's Danish. Helena, I love you, girl. Let's see. Tammy's here. Otter Dancer. Holly C. It's been a minute. Good to see you, babe. Hey, Sandy Wandy. Pat Jonas, wine a little bit more. Donna Lane. Thank you, Donna. Joel Sachs is here. Little Bubble. Lynn Arundel. Cave Ma'am. Tracy Jennings. Hey, Kestrel. Amanda Dear. Looking like office attire. Very profesh. Very profesh. Is it? Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Pat Jonas. Guys, this really, Anne, hey, this, I'm surprised you guys like this sweater. Hey, Rona Cooley. I don't know that I'm crazy about it. I don't do a lot of patterns, guys. It's kind of patterned for me. There's a lot happening with it, but I don't know. I kind of, you know me. Hey, Lumen. The second we see a puff sleeve, I'm addicted to it. Like I love anything girly. Sorry, guys. My phone's been blowing up all day. I haven't been home today. I like anything girly. And when we see a puff sleeve, I'm really into that. Robin Miners, Tina Mays is here. Rona Cooley. It is kind of 80s. Okay, I like it more now. Rona Cooley, you're right. Hey, Catherine B, are you coming tomorrow? Okay, Catherine's in New York. I knew that. Nice, babe. You'll have to tell me about your trip tomorrow. I'm excited. Tomorrow we're doing the Zoom call, everybody who can make it. I'm really excited about that. Hey, Squirrel Girl, Kayla Brennan. Thank you, Alicia. Yeah, I just love a puff sleeve, Donna Lane. I always have Peg Hughes. I love Peg Hughes. Did you get my packages? There were two. I have not been to the UPS store. We've had a little bit of I've been in the hospital the last couple of days, guys, and it's not me. Before anybody gets concerned over that, I have not been to the UPS store. I'm sorry, Amy Edge. My dad's in the hospital, and I want everybody, if you don't mind, to just say a little prayer into the universe or send good thoughts, good wishes. It was very unexpected. The hospital usually is. And we have some family coming this week and it changes some things. So I'm sorry I have not gone, Amy Edge. And that's why I am late today. I just got home from the hospital a little bit ago and I was gone all day yesterday. Baby Steps, Mary Barons, Yorkie Mom. I hope I see you tomorrow, Yorkie Mom. Jamie Palmer. Dang, Jamie, you do? Jamie, I want to hear more about your new boyfriend. Thanks, Sandy Wander. Hey, Sandy Wandy. Tony's Hooter. Brittany's here. Annie Strews. Holly Day. Verbo Boss. Has it been a minute since I've seen you? Xenu in the Body Thetans. Oh, you won't be here? Okay, that's okay. We'll catch you next month. Got moved to the late morning. That's okay, Teresa. It's no problem. I was looking forward to seeing you.Ll do it again, girl. Don't worry about it. Hey, Bo Beats. Oh, like an 80s nerd girl. Okay, now I like this sweater. Does this make you think of like Saved by the Bell? Because if it does, I'm totally up for it. Thank you for all the prayers, guys. Wow, you did not disappoint. Susie CJ, it's the Gertie and Fred tier. Thank you, Brian Lucas. Thank you, Joel Sachs. Thank you, Alicia. Hey, Chris and Melinda. Good to see you, babe. Hey, Ms. Diva, VT Kitten. I'm sorry, Amy Edge. I had every intention of going. And then, of course, I haven't seen Aria either. I wonder how she's doing. Hey, Lula. Lula just bought her first house. Congratulations. That's a really cool thing. That's a cool feeling. Thank you, Armine. Thanks, guys. Okay, I thought it had been a minute. Verba Boss, that's okay. I'm just really happy to see you. Thank you, Teresa. It is Saved by the Bell, Joe Beats, Bo Beats. What am I saying? Coach Lisa, it's been a minute. Really, Tina Mays? I like it even more. Very Saved by the Bell. Hey, Copper Top. Okay, well, that couldn't make me happier. I love 80s stuff. That's why my favorite thing is to thrift store shop, because sometimes you can get a real haul of like 80s sweaters, tops. You guys know I love short sleeve. Catalina, hey, Hope Between the Drapes. Short sleeve. I wore one last week. Sweatshirts. It was like super 80s. That sucks, Lula, but it's still really exciting to buy a house. That is such a cool thing. I hope I do that again one day. Kayla Brennan, or something someone would wear in a John Hughes movie. Okay, then I like this sweater. You guys totally talked me into it. Thank you, Lula. Hey, Chops World. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you for noticing that I did a blush pink highlighter to offset this. I also, Teresa, can't think of a better name. I couldn't decide on, sometimes when a sweater or a top goes all the way up like this, and it has this dramatic kind of like cuffed, hey, Downs Mom, I can't ever decide if I want to do a necklace with it. Sometimes the necklace fights with it. And when I use that term a lot, I learned it from, Amanda Dear. Hey, Deanna Downey, I can't wait to talk to you tomorrow. I don't like when you take a pattern or something and you mix it with something else and they fight. You know what I mean? They don't complement one another. So I don't know ever. It's weird. I feel confident about jewelry and fashion, but when it comes to a top like this, hey, Janet, I'm like, do I wear a shorter necklace? But then it's going to fight. The necklace is going to fight with all what's going on here. Plus you have this thick piece. So I was like, no, instead just do a dramatic earring. Well, I didn't really do that either, but these are cute little carved mother of pearl earrings that I got in Tucson when I was with Tommy, actually. And I really like them. And I loved the artist who made them, and she was beautiful. She had the prettiest eyes I'd ever seen. Her name was Sophia. So I think of her when I put them on. Yeah, Teresa, I thought so too. I never know. Thank you, Susie CJ. I never know. It's such a weird, hey, Galen, it's a weird, like, do I put like a long necklace with this? Do I just do a chain so that it doesn't have like a bunch of stuff on it that's fighting with the pattern? I probably could have done just a chain, like a pretty fun chain maybe, but I just also didn't have enough time to try to figure that out. Hey, Ladybird Sue, thank you. It's a bit busy, Margie Bar. I agree. Hey, Sophia. I thought so, Sophia. Hey, Iwa. Fly Famille. It's been a minute since I've seen you. Katie Fulton. Oh my God, I love her so much. God, she's cute too, isn't she? She's really squeezy. Actually, she's not. She's probably doesn't have a lot of squeeze to her at all, but I would get a hold of her for sure. I agree, Holly Day. I just thought with this, I agree, Kathy Ann. I just thought with this, and I have to be honest too with that. I don't always love, like, I wish this sweater just ended with this. Why do we have to put this big black piece? Now, probably it goes with this, like it kind of matches that. It's on the bottom too. I don't know that I always love that. Oh, better together. I'll talk to you privately. I sent you a message yesterday. I don't want to put you on blast here. I just hope you're doing okay. I'm worried about you. Audrey, welcome. Oh, hold on. Jamie Palmer wants to tell us, yeah, Evil Blue Eye, perhaps a dainty gold chain. My daughter loves your glasses and is asking where are they from. Terry Muhan. These are Tom Ford, and the style number is 5743B. And I got these on eBay, I think, for $60. But if you go to an optical, they're like 500 because Tom Ford's an expensive designer. That's my secret with glasses. I do too, Teresa, but sometimes I don't. Info on my boyfriend. He's 53. I like that a lot. He's a Cancer. I like that even better. We met. Damn, that sounds like Tommy. Tommy's a Cancer and he's 54. We could have just a Northern girl. That's the other thing. We could have done a nice little brooch. And that, Katie, are you listening? We want to increase our brooch appeal. And I think, hey, Lori Ellingson, quit crying out there. I hear you guys. Shauna B. We could have put a brooch and that would have been better than a necklace. I think so. I think so, Linda McMillan. We met 3 years ago online. We're taking things slow, but we've shared face pics. Does he? Okay, I like this. I like this a lot, Jamie. But let me ask you this: does he? Um, have you guys met in person? Have you guys seen each other? Have you gone on a date? Have you kissed? Have you looked into each other's eyes? Any of those things? I need to know more. But I'm happy for you, and I like this. 53 Cancer is good. That's good. So, that's what's going on with me. You watched a Natalie replay, and Katie Fulton was laughing at you saying you need to get curtains because you like to walk around naked. I do walk around naked a lot. I've always done that. I've always liked walking around naked, but I live out in the middle of nowhere. So do we need curtains? Do we? Or is that just an added expense? Let's see. Hey, Trixie. Yeah, I know better together, but I worry about you. Hey, Deborah Malott. I definitely love a brooch with this look, but I also like the colorful print as is. And you have to be careful with the brooch, right? Because the brooch could be too busy too, and then it fights the pattern. But if we had something just simple, just like a simple, like a simple naked guy, like a jester brooch. What if we did a naked jester brooch? Could we do that? Hey, Angie Mo, Tony P. Like a simple, like Royal Order of Jester, like a nice pin. That would be nice. Yeah, it's just an added expense, Shelly. Honestly, it's an added expense. Yeah, I think if we just took like a naked, like a fat naked guy that looks like my ex-husband, just something like that, that just adds a pop of color, does it not? That nice little blue. Hey, Kim Wiseman. Yeah, his diaper is a nice little pink. That nice little diaper color, I think it goes nicely with it. Hard no on that, Kayla Brennan. Yeah, I think that would be really cute. Leslie D, I'm looking forward to talking to you tomorrow. Communication gets incredibly confusing when you know that Reese and Katie Fulton are the same person. Like, have you ever seen us both in a room together? No, because we're the same person. Are you going to be there tomorrow? I love that, Denise. I love seeing you in the chat. How are you not a fan of brooches, Bo Beats? That's interesting. Just a subtle, like just a subtle little naked Billiken brooch. Don't say other words. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, this one. That's not a brooch. Never mind. Let's see. I don't know. Their classic color is purple, and that's kind of, well, it kind of goes. It offsets it. Yeah, just a fat little naked guy. Just a fat little one of my ex-husbands. Do we have any other like really naked ones? Oh, this guy's full on naked. We could do that. He's full on naked with a drink. No? Okay. Why am I researching this right now? Oh, yeah. Holy, I don't even know that I want to show this one. Honestly, this one's not funny. Yeah, Alicia, look at that one. Anne from Massachusetts. Yeah, a Billiken brooch. That's disgusting. They're disgusting pieces of crap. We all know that. I don't know if you saw. Hey, Tina Serlin. So speaking of jesters, we need to talk about the jesters again sometime, do we not? I'm a Jen. Welcome. I didn't have, I have to be honest. Since I've been in the hospital it's beyond disturbing, Teresa. It's beyond disturbing. Annika's mom, welcome. Thank you, Lynn. I did not have much of a topic this evening. I do. Shelly, or no, who said that? Tony P, that Christmas tree is from Alicia. I know, Kathy Ann. They're disgusting. They're disgusting individuals, and they're going to. We're going to continue to talk about them. It's kind of like Scientology for me, only worse. The jesters are worse. I don't. I can only do so much of that before it starts to really depress me. Now I do feel a little bit stronger now than ever. I've gotten a lot of therapy about it, but yeah, just a northern girl. Some of you guys saw that, and it's really disturbing. Kathy Ann, I'm always oh, what a cute boyfriend. Look at that. Oh, he's cute. Dang, he's really cute, isn't he? Look who it is. I was talking about doing some jester stuff with Tommy. Speaking of jesters, Lynn Arundel, what are jesters? It's a long story, Lynn, but the jesters are a what would the word be? They're part of the Masons. Yeah, Bo Beats, part of the Masons. It's a Masonic group that's secret. It's a secret group, and it's a secret, basically, sex cult. They do all kinds of really gross Diddy type stuff. And Burbo Boss, thank you for correcting me. All the mirth in the world, but not a drop for their wives. Yeah, better together. That's disgusting and so true. Love the sweater. Cooler by the lake. Thank you for being a member, and thank you for saying that. Yeah, Pat Jonas says take small steps. Take small steps. Kestrel says it's a Masonic sex cult. Oh, here, hold on. We need to know about her boyfriend. Answers. We haven't met in person yet or gone on traditional dates. No kisses yet either, but we do talk a lot. We've been friends for 3 years and only recently decided to take the next step. Okay. I like that. Take it slow. I'm not going to give any advice on that because I tend to not take things slow. And I also like to jump in the sack. Leslie Mosley, I see that. It's a sex cult. Yeah. Brotherhood of Sleaze. Yeah. I had never heard of the Jesters since you. I find the content so fascinating. Love to you for keep going only if you are comfortable. I am comfortable. Hey, Ev Barney. I'm comfortable with it. Life is short, Tony P. Jump in the sack. I get it, and I agree. Sandy Wandy, thank you for being a member. I like that. Getting older has finally taught that slow is sexy. It's a subgroup. Hey, Riley's human. It's a subgroup of the Masons. Yeah, that's true too. Well, we're going to do a little more content on it. I hope that you guys are cool with it. And Tommy is the perfect partner to do that with because Tommy did. Hey, Kim is blue. Tommy did it with me before. He knows everything about it. And he's done a hell of a lot of research. That's the cool thing about Tommy is when he does, I really have always admired this about him. And when he does a show, like when he's going to do this Diddy content stuff, if I talk to him on the phone, he is very disciplined. He'll be like, okay, I got to go, kid, because I have a bunch of stuff I have to write and research. And he's like, I got to watch a few things. I have hours of stuff I have to watch. He does his research. Well, he didn't disappoint with the Jesters. He did his research there. So he's kind of the perfect partner to do content with. And let's face it, we're perfect together as far as that goes. We are really good at it. Bo Beats, don't be silly. That's never expected. Okay, so I want to talk about the title of this video. I'm kind of all over the place. I tend to, thank you, Marvin. Hey, Donald. I tend to go live without a net, meaning I hit go and I never know what I'm going to talk about. And then what happens is you guys are here for it. You understand. Hey, Shannon's Journey. Thank you, Carol Barnhart. But I don't always process everything until I'm live. And then sometimes it takes me a minute and I'm like, what? I don't know. I don't know what I was going to say. I want to talk about a few different aspects, and I do have my notes here from therapy this week, but I want to talk about just a few different things that I am figuring out. Okay. He and I will meet eventually for sure. That's almost 100% certain at this point. He and I can't imagine our lives without each other at this point. Jamie, I love that for you. Thank you, Donald. Thank you, Pat Jonas. That's really special. I love it when people are in love. I love it when people say things like that. It warms me up. When people say we can't live without each other, that is such a beautiful thing. Hey, Sherry Davidson. Yeah, they're gross, Evil Blue Eye. They're really gross. Thank you, Helena. Love you, girl. Here's the concept, and you guys just help me work through it. We're just going to work through it like we normally do. Okay. So I'm going to give you what I'm thinking, and then we're going to work it out just like we always do. Nothing new. The ultimate state of control. I'm not going to go into it. I'm not going to bring drama out to YouTube. I learned my lesson on that. And as a newer YouTuber, I've made a lot of mistakes as far as how I want my channel to go and what kind of friends I want close to me. Basically, not even, let me word that. Who I want to have close access to me. I've given people, I think what happened, I'm going to just preface it like this. Aaron outed me. I got scared. I lost everyone. About give or take 500 people, right? I lost my family. I lost my friends overnight. And this is, hey, Cinderella's glass slipper. I lost everybody that I ever knew that was ever close to me. And since then, I've been trying to rebuild a life outside of Scientology that makes sense for me. But I think I've missed a lot. I did a lot of like cart before the horse type things. Susie with an S. Happy anniversary, Peg Hughes. You're cute, Peg Hughes. Happy anniversary to you and your husband. I love that. And I think that I jumped the gun in so many ways. Now that's on me. And what I mean by that is I always wanted friends. Well, when this whole flood of people left my life, and those were the only people I really knew or were close to, right? I was not close to really anyone in the outside of Scientology world. There were a couple here and there, like Jeff, for instance, was not a Scientologist. Fred was not a Scientologist. Okay. But it was quite a, thank you, Rosalang. It was quite a difference for me to then start a YouTube channel, get this flood of support, flood of people. It was exactly what I needed. And looking back on it now, that's the beauty to me. I think, thank you, Nolo. Hindsight to me is also very beautiful. It can be a beautiful thing. You can look back on things and the flood of people, I just don't know. I sometimes ponder this and I don't spend a lot of time on it or I'll break down and start crying. Where would my life be if I hadn't met all of you? Where would I be? Yeah, Debbie, that's true. Hey, Miss JD. Annika's mom says, not my favorite sweater. I get it, girl. Thank you for speaking out about that. So much has changed. It's very, looking back on it, a lot of this is very godlike to me. Looking back on it, that's what I mean. Hindsight can be a beautiful thing. Things have fallen apart for sure. Things have come together. Things have worked out for me and become more clear. Not everything is worked out, but it's all been, to me, looking back on it, very somebody looking out for me type feeling. Very warm, very godlike. Hey, Judy Chang, thank you. Yes, Teresa, for sure. But one of my biggest flaws that I would say I have, flaws that I had coming out, was taking everybody at face value. So I had floods, just like I do now, of people. Trisha Briggs, thank you. Floods of people coming at me going, I want to support you. I want to be your friend. Let me into your life. I'll be your mom. I'll be your aunt. I'll be your this, your that. And I accepted that. And I still accept that. I'm a little more guarded these days. But I wanted people and I wanted friendships and connections so bad, and I still do, that I'm willing to risk what could happen, right? Being burned. And oh my God, Peg Hughes, you're hilarious. And there's some things I've learned from that. There's others it'll take a few times for me to learn the lesson. But there's a huge flaw that I look at, hey, Buzz Kia, that I have. And that flaw is I don't really make people I don't hold people accountable enough once they say they're going to do something. And if they hurt me, I tend to go, it's okay. I mean, we've talked about this. I don't need to rehash it, but I have a line or a boundary in my head, and then someone will cross it that I love or care about, or I'm trying to love or care about. And in my mind, I will justify that and I will go, they didn't mean it that way. I'm overreacting. Or I just am too afraid to say something. Like I just can't speak up for myself and say, hey, uh, that doesn't work for me. That really crossed a line for me. So the question is this: now that I've reached that, I blame myself for their actions. I do that too. Now I've reached that awareness level. What do we do about it? I'm asking you guys, what do I do about it? Um, Thank you, Cinderella's glass slipper. I don't want to be too harsh and cut people off. I don't want people to feel like they're being punished for somebody else's bad behavior, right? And I don't want to do that anyway. But I also can't open myself up to continuing this pattern. And it's a bad behavioral pattern for me because I'm too willing to let people close to me. And well, that's a good question. Reese, can I ask, out of all 20,000 friends, how many hurt you? Well, it's stacked up, Tony P, in the last. Here's the other weird thing. And I want to say this to you. Okay, so let me answer your question. Just Joan. Hey, just Joan. Hey, short note, Carrie. It's a lot. I'm going to be honest. Tony P, it's a lot. It's more than a handful. It's probably gotten to be around 10 to 12. It's enough to where it's starting to make me suspicious. New life plan, better together. I'm listening, but I thought crunchy farmers markets bread warmed up with butter would be good. Then started cracking up. Happy I caught this live. God, that sounds amazing. I love you, better together. And thank you for your super chat, babe. Hey, Bigsy. Hey, Mel. Pepperoni Nips. Layla Bradley. So, Tony P, this is a good question from Tony P. 12 people's a lot, Arlie. I would say 10 to 12. I got a random email from someone, and I don't even know if they put their name in it, but it really got me thinking today. I was answering a couple emails this morning before I left for the hospital. And one of these emails said something like, hey, Reese, I've watched you for a long time, and seeing what has happened, hey, Peace Lady, is kind of starting to look a little suspicious, like almost like an op. Now, I don't really get too into that kind of a thing. I'm like, yeah. Like when people say it's OSA, I'm like, probably not. But even if it is OSA, like we'll never know. So it just, I don't know. I don't feel important enough for that to actually take place, if that makes sense. Like I don't feel like someone's going to put together a plan to take me out. I'm a fucking nobody. You know what I mean? Like nobody's going to do that. But I don't know. It doesn't matter. I don't waste time thinking about it. 10 to 12 out of 20,000 is not bad, Snake. It is though. And here's why. There are people that I let in and have had major access to me. And I had access to them, and we were very close. But here's the problem. Most of them didn't tell me much about their life. Now, some of them I know quite a bit about. Some I don't. But that was my own fault for taking wooden nickels, I guess. Like hey, Lady Victoria, I have learned from this and I will do better the next time around. But 10 to 12 is kind of a big number. Now, here's where it got weird in this email. They were in my inner circle. Here's where this email got weird. This person said they've all done the same thing. It's the same patterned behavior. Like they've all come out and been kind of weird in public, or they've all kind of threatened you, or they've all like taken it to Reddit and said weird things. It is a little odd if you think about it. And here's why that's odd. Aaron and I talked at length about this. Aaron and I really talked about some things in Florida one-on-one. Hey, Christine Baker. And I've talked even more at length about this with Tommy. Hey, Sin K. But the gist of this is of the conversations with these people in my life is it's I don't know. It's just a whole it's deep. It's a deep thing for me. It's odd, guys. It's starting to look weird that people are doing kind of the same thing. Does this make sense? I don't feel like this is coming out. Hey, Jeepsy Soul. It's hard to make this make sense because I don't want to go into details. I'm not going to name people's names. I've gotten some fairly strange threats from these people, like just stuff that I'll never talk about other than I'm just going to skate over it by saying that. No, I don't think jest or op. But I do think whoever sent me this email was like, take a look at what's going on here. This is a little odd. It's a little odd that this has started with these close people. Lumen, thank you. And they've all kind of turned on you. They've all threatened you. They've all said the same thing. Do these people know each other? Very well. Yes. Very well. And it's weird, right? Like it's weird. And this is the weird part of having this as my job because I have a unique position in that Aaron, Tommy, even Natalie, I would say, okay, they don't do streams like I do. Natalie gets close, but like they don't let people in like I do. My whole stream is for coming out of Scientology, my putting my life out there, putting everything on the table, putting all my vulnerabilities, putting all my fears, all my flaws. They're not doing that. Those guys are safe and they're smart. They are able to treat this more as a job. I don't treat this like a job. To me, I do this. I was talking to my dad in the hospital today and he said, how's work? And I was talking about this job. I have 2 jobs. And I said, I love it. And he asked me a lot of questions he's never asked. And he said, as long as you're happy, aren't you? And I said, I'm very happy. I won't do it anymore if it makes me unhappy. I love this job. I said, except for all the hate I get. And you should have seen his face. He went, what? Hate? And he's hard to understand, right? Because of his trach. And I said, yeah. And he said, why are you getting hate? He doesn't know anything. I don't talk to him about it, right? But it is odd. It's starting to look suspicious odd to me. Like, why are these people all coming out of the woodwork? They're all doing the same thing. It's the ultimate state of control. Is it not? I'm finding that people really want power. They want to be in power and they want to have power over you. And that's not a place where I will ever go. Thank you, Hope Between the Dreams. I ask tons of questions when I'm getting to know someone, as that's how I see red flags. Do they answer my questions or avoid them? So that's a huge, huge thing that I need to start doing. I have had so many people who were in this circle reach out and say, hey, do you mind? I'm not trying to pry, but can you tell me more about this? Or, hey, they'll come at me and go, you probably should know so-and-so said this about you. And it gets me talking. It's a vicious cycle. It gets me talking about the behind the scenes gossip or my real feelings about something that I don't want to burn someone about publicly on YouTube. Well, now look where we're at. All these people, 10 to 12 of them. So it's odd. Help me. Like, do you guys think it's weird? I think it's weird. I'm glad you have people to trust. I don't though, baby steps. This 10 to 12 has now become 2, 3. And I don't really intend to open it up. Puka Vista, thank you for becoming a member. I overshare. Yes, I do too. Rach says, question. Hey, Duchess Diana. Do you think it's the Jesters or Scientology, or did they Bonnie and Clyde collide? I don't ever think about that. I'm very naive. And I just think they're people who tried to pull off something evil. I mean, it's evil. That's the thing. Oh, that's what Aaron was telling me. He goes, Reese, it's insane to me. Like, he was like, I watch a lot of YouTube channels. If somebody says something I don't like, he's like, I'm never going to take the time to go public about it or to write them an email about why I hate them. He was like, that's unstable. That's incredibly unstable. And it's crazy. And I was like, it is crazy. It is crazy. And then it's crazier to come back for more and watch and then tell me more why you hate me. It's really bizarre. It's a weird situation. Yeah, BJ's good. A little bit of thank you, Puka Vista. A little bit of paranoia doesn't hurt. I mean, Aaron, Tommy, Natalie, baby steps. What do you mean? Let me go back to your other one. Oh, I'm glad you have people to trust. Thank you. Yes. Oh, yeah. I trust those guys. These people have no lives. Yeah. But I have to be honest with you guys. I said this before, and I'm really trying to get it put into perspective. People reach out to me one on one. I reach out back to them. I'm one person, you're one person. It has gotten too big and it's too hard for me to talk to every single person individually. I can't do it. And Brian, I get it. Me too, brother. Um, so where's the happy medium? Where's the solution? I want to maintain what we have. I want to maintain these things. But also I have my life outside of YouTube. I can't be friends with everyone. I have many people who reach out and go, "I'm so sorry you got hurt. I would never do that to you. And here's why I should be your closest friend. Please give me a call or reach out." It's a very weird, I have to balance it and it's weird. And I don't want to just not trust people. Like, that's not where I'm going with this. I want to open up. I want to make friends. And I also believe hey, Mousy, somebody said to me, "You're never going to make friends on this platform. Like, you're going to have to go out in the world and be friends with people." I disagree. I have made some seriously good friends on this platform. I have 3 of them that were just named: Natalie, Aaron, Tommy. Come on. Like, it, I wouldn't take it back. I think it's weird. Armine says, "I did mention that every person that you showed so much love and gushed over and made mods who you were trusting with your life left, and that's extremely weird." Well, it wasn't all mods, but Armine, yeah, it's weird. I love that, Brian. You're getting a car next week. I hope that really helped you. That's amazing. I love that news. Sarah K, it is. You're learning as you go. Don't be so hard on yourself. Trish, I'm not trying to be hard on myself. I think it's just I want to learn these lessons so I don't repeat the pattern. I don't want to repeat the behavior. And I also want to step carefully because I don't want to hurt other people. I realize the good way outweighs the bad. They are also public on YouTube. Who? My 3 friends? Yeah. Yeah, Beata, it's weird. This is a symptom of something bigger. It's just office work, Rach. It's nothing cool. It's nothing cool. It's nothing special. Pat Jonas, I'm processing. Absolutely. I guess the question is this: how do we avoid that? You don't. You just have to believe people. You have to take them at what they're saying. But now that I've had 10 to 12 of them turn on me and get weird, I get really weird. Like, I've had some of them say really weird things to me, like so close to some of these people. And then it's like in the blink of an eye, they didn't get what they wanted, or they didn't feel like it was, I don't know. I feel like it was a misunderstanding. And therefore they're going to take it to YouTube or they're going to take it to Reddit. I've had people reach out and threaten me, like literally threaten me. And every single one of them I've reached back out and said, nobody's ever going to back me into a corner. Like, I hate to say this, but how many times have I said this? And this is absolute truth. Okay. When you come out of Scientology, you're not a good person. Scientology doesn't make good people. So when we come out, we're insanely fucked up. We've had thousands of hours of training to not be very good people. We've been majorly indoctrinated. So we have to work to join the human race, be good people. I have worked really hard in this short amount of time to untrain myself and not be a Scientologist. But I'll tell you, nothing makes me feel more when you backing me into a corner and acting like you're going to attack me flips that switch of me being a Scientologist like you would not believe. Like I absolutely immediately think, like my mind goes to, I will fucking destroy everything. I will fair game the fuck out of anybody. Like that's where my mind goes. And then I have to correct myself. I have to kind of fix myself and go, nope, we don't think like that anymore. But don't think the potential's not there. Like I absolutely, just like any other rat backed into a corner, will lose my mind if somebody tries to come at me and threaten me. And I've had some people do that. And I've had to kind of check them and say, look, like I keep myself in check and I'm still fairly new, but all of that training is still there. And we're kind of trained to go to war. I hate to say that, but you guys, it's not a shock to you. Take a look at the SPTV community. Okay. Like take a look at all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. And I don't even watch it, but I know about it. I'm told about it. Okay. I have to work really hard to not be like that. Not so much anymore because I don't want to be like that. It's not like I don't feel like I'm a dog on a leash and you're just like, unleash me. I'm ready to kill. No, I don't feel that way, but it's there. It's absolutely there. And I guarantee you, and I hate to speak for others, but like any of these other ex-Scientologists, trust me, they have all the ammunition they need to defend themselves in attack. Absolutely. Absolutely, they do. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. We're not good people. We have to work to be good people. If someone is asking you to be their friend and then wanting the tea on things has other motive than being your friend, best advice is listen and watch what they do. Actions speak louder than words. And see, I didn't take that advice, nor did I apply that when I first came out, Liz Triggs. So I made 100,000 friends and then I got burned. So yes, and I appreciate your super chat, but going forward, I can't. Like, I will not become new friends with someone until I feel really, really sure about it. And looking back on those 10 to 12 people, I never felt sure about it, by the way. Natalie and I were on the phone today, and she said something amazing to me. The definition of a friend, I wrote it down. Someone you would want to pick up the phone and talk to and feel safe with and trust. That is beautiful to me because there are so few people I want to pick up the phone and talk to. There are so few people I want to do that with. And so when I look back at these 10 to 12 people, I didn't feel that way. I felt red flags, but I ignored them. I will never do that again. If that means I have zero friends, that's what that means. True friends want to know about the good things in your life. They want to walk alongside of you. Amy Edge, that's beautiful. True friends don't want to dominate and don't try to trip people up. Don't let people who lash out in your mind. Yes. See, that's another beautiful piece of wisdom. I never knew that. I don't know what the fuck a friend is. I came out of a cult that gets their rocks off taking people apart. If you question Scientology, we will absolutely take you to your knees and make you wish you were never born. And I'm talking about its members. I'm talking about me. Okay. They've done that to me. They've taken me apart and made me question whether I should be on planet Earth or not. They don't fuck around. They're bad people. We have to work to come out and be good people. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. I think you said it yourself. Go too fast. Take your time with people. Don't rush in too fast. Let them prove themselves to you. Protect yourself like you would a friend. Absolutely. Hey, Lori Driscoll. Baby steps. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. My definition of a friend, someone I can go to their house, say, hey, dude, then head straight for the freezer and get a microwave burrito. I like that. Hope between the dreams. You are not blocked. No way. There's a lot of lonely people, and I'm sorry for them. You can't help everyone by taking them on with their problems. You have a good heart. Marvin, thank you. And that's true. And I'm not even saying these 10 to 12 people, I don't think they're bad people. I think they got triggered, and I think that they I think that they hurt people. That's what I think about that. I'm not mad at them. I'm not upset, but I made it very clear. If you're going to threaten me because you think I'm a public person on YouTube, you picked the wrong fucking person. I promise I will destroy your whole life. Like if I go down, if you try to take me down, we'll both sink. I promise. Like there's just no way around that. And see, even that, I feel the heat coming up in my face. Like I feel the switch flipping back up as a Scientologist. Like I almost feel like I'm like twitching about it. Like put it back, put the crazy away, put it back, put your training away, Reese. That's not the answer. But at the same time, that's a trigger for me. Like, yes, do that. See where that avenue takes you. I promise you, you will sink to. You will absolutely burn and sink. Like your people aren't going to do that to me. I promise you people won't do that to Aaron. I promise you people won't do that to Natalie. Like we all have that training and we all have that. And I don't even know that it's a Scientology thing. I think it's a human thing. I think it's natural. If you're going to back somebody into a corner, they're going to fight. I think most people will fight. Paralyzed. I used to say I'm not looking for enemies, but if you want to be one, you're more than welcome. Now I just keep that to myself. Ex-Scientology Club. Sorry. I mean, at least I'm admitting to it. I'm absolutely admitting to it. I have the capacity within me to go absolutely fucking crazy. You guys haven't seen it, and hopefully you never will. I don't intend to. I don't want to be that person. I keep it in check, but I absolutely will protect myself. And if someone thinks they're going to come at me by attacking, no, that just won't happen. If you want to be one, you're more than welcome. Yeah, I get that. Some people get jealous, are bullies. Hey, LEJ, I hope you're in the chat tomorrow. Are somehow lacking something in their own lives. Sometimes it is a coordinated attack. People can have misunderstandings, somehow feel entitled to something, part one. That's the other thing. I think a lot of these people, because they weren't real friends, when I didn't give them as much of my time, people start to feel entitled to my time. Like, I gave you money, or I did this for you, or I paid for that, or whatever it is, whatever they think the transaction was, then they somehow have a little bit of power over me. And that's not a direction that I'm going to go in either. I saw ex-Scientologies go very easily into confrontations. We are very confrontational. Yeah. They feel they have to win the confrontation and will use all techniques to do so. Even people who are out for years switch like that. Yes, that's actually very true. Yeah, that's very true. We are confrontational and we feel like we have to win a confrontation. It's unfortunate. Panko, I didn't even know you were here. Copper Top, do you think these people aren't who they say they are, or do you think they are started out legit and turned? That's a great question. I'd love an answer to. I don't want to get weird like tinfoil hat or whatever what's the word for that? Conspiracy theories. But that's what I'm starting to question. Were they never who they said they were? Or did they just go ape shit? Like, are they just crazier? I don't know, Copper Top. I don't know. Hey, ASAP Lizzie. I know Puka Vista. Blessed to Crochet got me that turkey. Evil Blue Eye, yes. I feel the same way about certain situations. No one here, I think it's human. Yeah, Katie Fulton, I know Scientology. That's my point of reference. I don't know if, hey, Carrie L. I don't know if it's a true Scientology trait or behavior, though. Yeah, they didn't get what they want. Yeah. I tell people when I meet them, I'm the nicest person you'll ever know until I'm not. So Alicia, you make my point. Like, I'm not sure. Oh, Huxley's calling the cat. I'm not sure if it's a Scientological thing. I know for me it is, because we were trained that way. Guys, we absolutely are trained to fair game. We'll fair game the shit out of people. What is fair game? Fair game is taking somebody apart, attacking them every way you possibly can, lying about them, doing whatever. Now, I've never fair gamed anybody. I've never used that training that I have from Scientology. I never made an enemy like that, but it's there for me. And if somebody were to really try to come down on me by threatening me or making shit up, and if it mattered to me, like, I don't go over to the hate sites. I'm sure they're already doing that. That doesn't matter to me. But if it got serious, yeah. If you fight, I'll fight. That's for sure. Like, I don't have a problem doing that. Certainly don't want to. Hey, Callie Blue too. If Scientology has 30,000 followers after decades and you speak out Scientology with 20,000 followers in a year. You are a big deal to them. Touche. I was in Free Britney movement with when their ops came in. Totally Osa and Jess are turning your people. You know what? First of all, thank you for the giant super chat. Better together, but you could be right. I never think like that. I never think like that. I was talking to a friend who's an ex-cop, and my friend was like, you are so naive. Like, as far as just, you think the world is like this great place and you can just walk up to people and question them and tell everybody everything. And this person admired that. They weren't tearing me down, but that's the truth. I assume people are good, but you're right. And I also don't assume I have a big enough channel or I have a big enough voice or I'm making a big enough dent in anything for people to attack me like an op situation. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm dead wrong about that. And maybe that's my problem. Bo Beats. Oh my God. Did they all find your channel at the same time? Yes. I would say yes to that. What did my therapist say about this? Hey, Jazzy Girl Sarah, he thinks I need to take a little bit of time off if I get really stressed. He always says when stress goes up, self-care needs to go up. He doesn't really freak out because I don't freak out. I don't ever have a therapy session where I'm like, okay, here's what's going on. The only time I've really been panicked in my life is when my husband went to sex cult parties. I would freak out. I'm not really a freak out kind of person. Even death doesn't scare me. Like, even, I don't know, if somebody gives me really bad news, I'm like, well, I don't know. What do you expect? I don't know if that's part of our training. I don't really freak out. So I don't know. He doesn't seem too concerned about it, my therapist, and nor do I. Two quotes I associate with trust. Trust is built with consistency. Yeah. And love all, trust a few, and do wrong to none. We're all human, but effort matters. Yes, Kathy Ann, that's beautiful. Thank you for your super chat. Plant Perfect Gina, thank you for being a member. Kathy's right. And the thing is, guys, we're all going to fuck people over. It's going to happen. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to meet people that we thought we liked and we didn't, and we ghost them or we go away or we screw them over, whatever we do. Everybody's done that. Okay. This isn't the land of perfection. It's how you deal with it. I'm 40. Do you know how many people I've screwed over in my 20s and 30s? Like, and I don't mean bad, but like hurt people's feelings, said things that I knew were going to hurt them. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to hurt anybody. I just want to fix myself. I want to work on me. And it would be cool, hey, Elena Rainerman, to meet some really good people that I have in my life. It would be really cool. But that, like, I know the people I can trust. I talked to Natalie on the phone for 2 hours today. I know that conversation will never go anywhere. I said everything I felt like saying. I named fucking names. I said the same thing I said here. I was like, I will scorch the fucking earth before somebody backs me into a corner. She was like, me too. Same. I feel safe with her because of the ex-Scientology thing. And also just, I know her. Like, she's older than me. And we both have the same understanding as far as like, we just want friends. We're not here to hurt people. We're not here to screw people over. I feel that way about number one in my life would be Tommy. Tommy, I know I can tell things to, and I know he'll give me good feedback. He won't ridicule me. He won't make me feel bad. I might learn something out of it, but I know it's not going to go anywhere. If those are the two people, you know, I feel like Aaron and I don't talk as much, but I trust Aaron. Like, if that's it, then I'm lucky. I'll consider myself lucky. And part two, damn girl, you didn't have to super chat me again. Thank you. You have learned / continue to learn more in the last 18 months, more than it takes others 30 plus years to learn. Holy shit. I don't see how others benefit by attacking others. Those who are happy and comfortable should have no need or reward from doing so. What a beautiful thing to say. Thank you for saying that. I want to learn. I want to learn more about me. I want to learn more about the human race. And I just want to make a couple of friends along the way. But yeah, I don't see I don't see the benefit. If we break up as friends, we go our separate ways. Why do we have to, like, why? Well, here's my notes. The last thing I said in my note from my therapy session: relationships end. There does not need to be a villain. Why do we constantly have to have a villain in the story? Why do we have to make somebody the villain? Why can't we just say that didn't work out and walk the fuck away? Even if your feelings are hurt. Like, why does there have to be a villain? These are the questions I have that I don't have answers to yet. Damn, girl. Thank you for your super chat. Most were probably real. They send people to start talking about their private life. It happened to me in Free Britney. It scared and silenced me. They're turned to protect their privacy. Okay. Scared people react in weird behaviors. That's a good point too. Better together. Scared people do react weird. And me, myself included, all of us, when we're freaked out and we do feel backed into a corner, is that normal for me to be like, I will fair game the fuck out of you? No, it's because you're scaring me. You're trying to intimidate. You're trying to threaten. Well, I'm going to react to that in a big way. We all do, right? You make a good point. And thank you so much for super chat. That's huge. I really appreciate that. Where did Blake R go? He just doesn't come to the channel anymore. It's not that he went to the dark side, guys. Like, nobody's a bad guy. People are allowed to leave. I came from a cult. We didn't have choices. I was told how to think. And if I didn't know the answer to something, it was, well, what does LRH say about this? I just want to make my own decisions. And I want Blake and I want everybody else to make their own decisions. And if this isn't working out for them, if this channel, we love them. We wish them well and we send them out with love. That's my message to that. We disconnect with love. If people don't want to be here anymore, I wish them well. That's not me being antagonistic or condescending. That's the last thing I want to do is wish somebody harm. Okay. I'm discovering God in my life. Like for the first time, it feels so good. Like I'm wrapping my mind around the idea of prayer. I'm wrapping my mind the word prayer. I've never used the word prayer. Like, let's pray for this person. I've never said that in my life. Okay. I've never said blessing. I've never used the word blessing. It's such a warm feeling for me. I don't want to hurt people. So where's Blake Reed? Hopefully he's happy. That's where I hope he is. Like, I hope he's somewhere in the universe having a fun Friday night right now. I love Blake Reed. I don't have anything against him. I don't do well with ultimatums either, Matrix Rabbit. I really don't. Thank you again, Ellie J. Will I see you tomorrow, I hope? Yeah, but I don't want to be Brian Lucas. I don't want to become bitter. That's the last thing I want. I don't want to start being disappointed in people. Trust is priceless and a gift, but not easy to find. Love you, Reese. Tony Suter, I love you. And I feel that way about you. I love Tony Suter. Thanks, Matrix Rabbit. I love your videos with Natalie. Thank you. We didn't do one yesterday. Natalie, I was at the hospital. Thank you for your membership. Oh, is it Saturday? I don't know. I've been at the hospital for the last 2 days. Is it? Yeah. Natalie like messed up her neck or something yesterday and wasn't feeling great. And I said, I'm at the hospital anyway. So sorry guys. Yeah, I'm off on my days. I've just been at the hospital for the last 2 days. It's hard to have faith in people. Sorry, I didn't realize it was Saturday. Jane says it's hard right now to have faith in people. I'm just trying to have faith in a lot of things, and people's one of them. Thank you, Hope Between the Dreams. And shit, man, if we become so bitter that like we can't trust people anymore, we don't want to be in relationships anymore. I don't want to ever be in give up mode. I am in fight mode. Like I'm fighting to be happy. I'm fighting to have a new life. I've made it this far. Like I was in Scientology for 38 years. I got out of a super abusive marriage, and he was in a sex cult that I brought to light that was scary to do. And I'm glad I did it. We moved here. I pay my own bills. I have my son here. We're safe. Like I didn't make it this fucking far to have 12 people let me down. And I'm like, fuck humanity. I can't think like that. I have to fight for it. I have to fight for friendships. It's just, I can't think that way. That's what I mean. I love Blake Reed. I wish him well. I cannot think the ugly path. I don't want to. Like, I just don't want to. Hey, King's Kid. Yeah, don't be blinded by hate. Ellie, you're going to be here. I have 2 baby puppies to show. Oh, okay. Well, then, hey, girl, don't push yourself, especially if you're coming out of the hospital. I hope that you're okay, but don't push yourself. I'm glad you were here tonight. Thank you for your wisdom and your super chats. But LEJ, I can always catch you next month. And guys, I understand too. It's Thanksgiving week. Like, I'm sorry we had to do it this way. Huxley's birthday was on a Sunday this month, and I was in Florida on a Sunday this month. That's why we pushed it to this one. And I'm sorry. We have to be in love mode versus hate, like so many now. Jane, yes. Yes, absolutely, and I love that. Thank you. Oh, Audrey, I'm sorry. Audrey just let go of an unhealthy friendship. I'm so sorry, girl. Reese, I love your channel. You are amazing. When I chat, I often have a pick me feeling. Hard to admit. Perhaps these people are like that on steroids. Sarah from Cali, that could be. That could be. And thank you for your input. Rip Curl Readiness, I've never seen you over here. Aren't you usually on the boat? Welcome, my friend. It can be so hard to walk away from a partner you raised kids with and still love, especially when the reason she wants to move on is because you let her fear and shame because you neglect your partner. Yes, that's deep, my friend. That's true. Spotting red flags, listening to your gut, and filtering people out of your life is one of the best things everyone can do for themselves. Most people aren't meant to be part of your life. That's sad, but kind of true. Thank you for saying that. I mean, it's hard to say that, but it's not. And that, you know what that means though, for me, most people aren't meant to be part of your life. That doesn't mean they're bad people. They're just not a fit. That's how I'm choosing to look at this. We just didn't fit. And I think you really know when you fit. Am I wrong? Like, I think all the people, those 10 to 12 people I think about when I go back to the beginning of how I met them and some of the things they said to me, I remember questioning one of them. One of them would come to me all the time, and I mean all the fucking time. And they'd go, "Hey, Reese, I think you need to know this. This person is saying this about you. This person is saying that about you." And finally, I came out with it. I spoke up for myself and I said, "Why are you having these conversations with people? Why are these people so comfortable coming to you to talk about that shit?" And they would say, like, "I don't know. They just do." Or, "I don't know. They're just comfortable talking to me." That's a red flag. It's a red flag that you're coming to me with all this gossip. I don't want all this gossip. I just want to try to live a happy life and push that shit out because there's always going to be gossip, guys. There's always going to be a Reddit page. There's always going to be that. You're always going to have people talking behind your back. Like that shit's not interesting to me. I don't even care. Hey, Kathy, Sladens. Joanne Holly, I trust people until they give me a reason not to. Then I'm either done with them or they have to earn that trust back. Well, and it probably is case by case, Joanne, I'm guessing. Thank you for sharing that and your super chat. I admire you for choosing not to be bitter. Not yet, anyway. I'm not ready to be bitter. Hey, Raymond. And Time Arc, there's a season for everything, even friendships. And I think that's a misconception too, Time Arc. Time Arc's absolutely right. Who made this rule that people have to be in our lives forever? Why can't we go into a friendship or relationship with the expectation of this may be 6 months, this could be 10 years? I mean, some people just break up. And why do they break up? Some people just grow different. They just grow apart. It doesn't have to be husband and wife. Like, why do we have to have friendships that are just forever, like forever? And I rely on you. And do we? Is that the case? Copper Top. Yeah, it was weird. It was a super red flag. And finally, I just said, like, why are you bringing this kind of stuff to me? And why are you comfortable having those conversations? And Hummingbird, I always wanted to be your friend, but I totally felt lost in the huge crowd. I am too embarrassed to join the level for the Zoom call, but I send and wish you nothing but love and happiness. I am very alone in my life, and that's really rough, girl. I feel like I've known you forever. You can always email me, Anne. You can always email me, girl. That makes me sad. I would love to reach out to you. And thank you for sharing that with me. You're very special to me, Anne, and I don't get to see you very often. Thank you for your super chat. It's really a kind thing to say. It is Gertie dreaming. I didn't think you could hear it. That's so cute. Yeah, she's dreaming. Matrix Rabbit, be safe, my friend. Had I met any of them in person? Absolutely, yes, Tina. Mm-hmm. Many of them. Yes, Gypsy Soul. I like how you put a dash in your name. Um, you now have another super skill when and if that happens again, and guys, feel free to use that. It's a red flag when people come to you with a lot of gossip. Beata, so would you say feeling put in the corner makes you angry? Taking control over a situation doesn't always have to be responded to with anger. So being put into a corner does not make me angry. Like if somebody were to question me, I don't feel angry about that at all. You guys know I'm very, very open to, I mean, how many trolls have I let on my channel for hours to try to attack me? And I just let them because I feel like it doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother me. What bothers me is somebody specifically coming to me and specifically saying they're going to threaten me, specifically saying, like, I'm going to do this to you. That bothers me. Absolutely. Yeah. That's what bothered me. Is it possible to get that love back and repair the damage love you caused and get your family whole again? I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Tommy and I drug each other through the mud quite a bit, and we have spent we have worked so hard to get that back. And I would say yes. Now it's not the same situation, but I think if you want something bad enough, yeah, yeah, I think people are worth it. I think relationships are worth it. But unfortunately, if one party doesn't agree with that, that's where you're going to run into trouble. Better together. You do you, I, but I wish this was a call in show tonight. I bet we'd move through this differently tonight. You know what? I got to do the Google number. I want to do the call in show really bad. I just talked to Natalie about that. Better together. Thank you for reminding me of that. We're going to do a call in show. Now, a call in show could get weird. And it could get, I was telling Natalie, it could get weird real fast because think about it. Trolls can call. Trolls can call in and attack the shit out of me on a live. And I mean, what are we going to do? I'll just hang up the phone. I'm not worried about that. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. But some of these lessons you're learning were navigated in middle school with a parent's guidance. You're trying to figure it all out now. Listen to the close, trusted voices you know will guard you. Thank you, Just a Northern Girl. And honestly, feeling a connection to God. Thank you, Brenda Clausing. Has really put a shift in my world here. I have to be honest, a connection to God in the last couple of weeks has gotten stronger and stronger, or some sort of a bigger than me feeling. And I feel very calm. It makes me feel more calm. It makes me feel more certain about going forward. It makes me feel more certain about where my life's going. Speaking of school, do you guys, that just made me think, uh, yeah, Lumen, I think it would be fun. We'll do a call-in show. I want to do it. Do you guys remember the school thing the other day when I was talking about that, when Huxley got in trouble? That's another situation. It's like, I really don't know where to go with that. It's very uncomfortable. Oh, thanks, Brenda. We haven't found a church yet that we like, Audrey. And I honestly have been busy on Sundays. I've been out of town. We are going to find another church. We're going to just sample some different churches. Hope Between the Dreams. We're going to do a call-in show for sure. Yeah, that got weird, guys. That got really weird. I'm going to do a call to the superintendent or whoever it is that's in charge of the people in the school, but that got so weird. I have to be honest. I called back and I talked to the principal, and I wanted to set up a time to come and meet with her, and she finally called me back. Thank you, Ty Mark. Hold on a minute. Thank you, Kathy. Kathy Ann, thank you for that. I agree. Yeah, Teresa. And I don't think I'm going to win here, but still, I called the school back to set up a time to go talk with this principal lady that was arguing with me. And Rach, I will answer your question in just a minute. I start it. Probably to your local Catholic church, Raymond. I don't know if I would or not. I'd have to think about that. Yeah. Did he? That's cute. I called back. I talked to this principal lady and I said, before I would like to talk with you in person. And I said, I want to just go over the details again. And I said, I feel a little cloudy headed on what happened. She was super defensive again. This was on the phone. This was yesterday. She was super defensive again. And I said, I want to make sure. So I'm going to go through, hey, Paula Penley, I'm going to go through the steps of what happened and why he got in trouble. And I did. I said, I want to word for word it. And I want you to confirm or deny. So I went through it and she said, yeah. She was like, yes, yes. And I said, so then he did this. And she was like, yes. And she goes, he went to the bathroom and he was in the bathroom and we couldn't find him. And that's what happened. And I said, so yeah, rib curl readiness. I really hope so. So I said, so he got 3 days of detention for that? And she goes, yes, ma'am, he did. And I said, okay. I said, well, I would like to have a sit down with someone above you and you. I said, because I'm really not feeling good about that. And I said, I don't feel, you keep saying it's your policy. And I said, I don't even know what your policies are. I said, did he know your policies? And she goes, we don't share our policies with the kids. And I said, okay, well, you didn't share it with me either. And no, he was not ASAP Lizzie. And she was very combative. And I said, I would like to talk to someone. No, King's Kid. I would like to talk to someone about this. I said, because I don't feel like it's settled for me. And I said, I feel like it was heavy handed and I don't think that it was fair. And I said, does it seem appropriate to you? I said, to put a kid in detention for 3 days because they went to the bathroom. And she said, this was her response. And it really pissed me off. And I kept my cool, but she goes, I don't think that I'm going to answer any more of your questions. She goes, because obviously you just want to argue with me. And she goes, so if you're going to call my boss anyway, she was like, I don't have anything else I feel like saying to you. And I was like, that is so unprofessional. Like, that is so terrible. And I said to her, I said, I feel like you just don't want to answer my questions. I said, I have questions. And it's okay to question things. And she said, it's actually not. And if you're going to call my boss anyway, she said, I'm done with this conversation. And I thought, okay, so this is how we do things at this school. It's insane. And I don't really feel great about this. They don't share the policies with the kids, but they expect them to maintain behaviors that adhere to those same policies. Correct. She said that. Oh, that was the other thing. I said, I need to clarify something before you hang up on me. I said, is it true? Because I didn't know this part from the adults. I heard it from my son. I said, is it true that you brought my son into your office and he asked to call his mother in front of you and the assistant principal? Hey, Debbie Zito. And you would not let him call his mother? And she goes, that is true. And I said, it's true that my kid came into the office to be reprimanded and he said he wanted to call his mom and you wouldn't let him? And she said, yes, that's correct. And I said, is that legal? I'm not even sure that's legal. I said, if a minor wants to call their parent, and she said, I'm not doing this with you. She was like, we already spoke on the phone. I had already talked to you that day. She called me, right, to tell me he was in trouble. And thank you, Critters Creations. And she said, I had already spoken to you. I didn't feel like we needed to call you again. And I said, that's a problem. That's a problem that a child voiced that he wanted to call his parent. You wouldn't let him. And she kept directing me. She goes, if you're just going to call my boss, she was like, go ahead and do that. I'm not going to argue with you anymore. And I thought, oh my God. Stacy Toms, I don't have another school to put him in. There's no other schools. We live literally out in the middle of nowhere. But I'm going to look into, there's private schools, but we all know private school is expensive. It's wild. Hey, Tony Hoban. Yeah, or homeschool. My parents think that's a terrible idea. That's a lawsuit that will lead to policy change. Well, I don't jump to lawsuits. I don't even think about that, but Aaron, I'm a high school counselor. Policies should absolutely be shared with students and parents. This sounds so unprofessional. I really hope you go above her head. Well, thank you, first of all, for what you do, Aaron. I'm serious. Being a high school counselor, that's amazing. That's a job that you probably don't get enough recognition for. Thank you for what you do. And I'm going to, and thank you for your super chat. It's a public school. If this is how they talk to the adults, and I said that to her, I said, remember, lady, when I registered him And I was sitting face to face with the woman who I was registering him with. And that woman said she'd worked there like 20 plus years. I said, "So how is this school? You know, we just moved here from the city, Kansas City." And she goes, "We don't put up with any crap here." She was like, "This is known as the prison school." And I was like, "Excuse me, what was that?" And she said, "This is the prison school." And I thought, "Oh, that's not good." Yeah, I'm not doing this with you. I love those kinds of responses. New life plan, better together. I think weird would break it up and make the real ones closer. Hang up on trolls or pick a few people you want to call in. Yeah, and all we have to do is hang up. We're going to do a call-in show, and I actually think that will make it more fun if trolls call in. We'll just hang up. It's not a big deal. But thank you for that, babe. Yeah, thank you for your super chat. Leslie Mosley, I think so too. I don't think her boss, honestly, I don't think her boss is going. My mom was like, just call. And I said, Mom, think about it. Like they probably have the same mindset. It trickles down. It's not like these people above her are going to be like, what? Hey, Boo, like we're going to correct and change everything. I'm sure they know that it's a shit school because they're probably also in on it, right? Like I don't have high hopes that the bosses are going to correct this bad behavior. If I go look at the school's reviews, it's got 2 stars and horrible reviews. So I don't have high hopes there. Yeah, Hazel B. It just felt very unprofessional. Like almost like, I mean, it was just weird. I was talking how I am now. I wasn't freaking out. I wasn't yelling at her, none of that. And she was like, "You obviously just want to argue with me." So she was like, "I'm not going to answer any more of your questions." And I thought, you just don't like me questioning you. And that's a problem. And if you do talk to me that way, yes, how are you talking to the kids? Hey, Candace. Alana, yeah. What did the other parents? I have no idea, Christine Baker. I don't know any other parents. I know one, actually. Yeah, Debbie Chia, for sure. It's wild, though. It's wild. And it goes back to, aw, hope between the dreams. That's really sweet. It goes back to the ultimate state of control. It's like people really, I find, and maybe it's me coming out of Scientology. I don't have any interest in being in control of anything. I'm trying to just like hone in on my own life skills. I don't have any interest in pulling the strings for people, like being somebody's puppeteer. I don't like requests to have all the policies. Well, that's the weird thing. What policy? She kept saying, "That's our policy." And I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't have a copy of anything. You haven't emailed me anything. Hey, Dee Dee Razzle Dazzle. So what, hey, Olga. Hey, Janelle Art, what policies are we even talking? And she never said, "That's our policy. And our policy is this. Here, let me read it to you." That's what I would have done. Like, this is our policy. And it clearly states this. And I'm going to email you a copy of it. And I'll read it to you here on the phone as well. Like, yeah. Honeybee. Yeah. Yeah. Tommy has a great chat as well. You don't see the chat anymore. What? I'm going to go back to that starred question because I said I would. Where is it? There it is. Rach. Let's see. What did you say? Off topic, but what was school like for you growing up where you were at the ranch or like a boarding school? Also, now you're talking about Huxley School. I don't think he should get homeschooled. And I think he should get homeschooled. Okay. Thank you for that. I don't know, Tammy. Good question. And that, Audrey, I'm not sure about either. I went to public school growing up, Rach. I went to public school for the most part. And then I was put not at the ranch. I was at the cadet org, at the Sea Org for kids as the cadet org in Florida. And that was the age of 7. So thanks, Olga. That's what everybody said. That was for a short time. That was horrible. That was nothing like school. We didn't do school and it was absolutely horrible. Very, very physical. They took away my breathing medication and treatments. I had really bad asthma and they made me run every day. So that was horrible. But public school wasn't bad. I didn't go to high school, but I went through public school and I got really bad grades. I didn't have any friends. And it was rough, rough, rough for me. I addressed a conflict in my life recently, and the person replied, "This situation is more complicated than I was aware. Because of that, I don't believe I have the skill set to go any further in attempting a reconciliation." Wow. That is at least very honest, Teresa, and that's what I'm all about. Like if you can't meet me somewhere, like if we can't reconcile, I like that actually. And I've said that that's similar to people. Like I've had real talks with people where I'm like, this is escalating. By the way, girl, thank you for your super chat. This is escalating and we're not probably going to reach um I have put a lot of conversations, like stopped a lot of conversations with people when it starts to escalate and it's not going anywhere. And I remember trying to do that so much with my ex-husband. Of course, that never worked. But I think that's not a bad idea to put the brakes. I was both blown away at their lack of effort. Oh, see, I don't know that response maybe, but I have put the brakes on things where I can't get to a reconciliation with someone. Lack of to keep a friendship with. Oh, this was a friend. That's right. You mentioned this was a friend. That's not the same thing. I'm thinking of the school situation with me, and also relieved at the same time. They told me directly what they would do, and that also, Teresa, goes to people. What is it? What is it? You guys tell me this all the time. People will show you who they are. Like let people show you who they are, and believe them. Like that's a good example of that for me. If that's a friendship, I agree. That's a shit response. I was thinking about this lady at the school. If this lady would have been kinder, just said, I don't think we're going to meet here in the middle. You're going to need to give my boss a call and we can all sit down and we can all go over this. But like, obviously that's a little passive aggressive. I'm not going to lie, but I just feel like she was way the fuck more passive aggressive in her response to me. Like, you're just trying to argue with me. Like, no, I wasn't trying to argue with you. I'm asking you questions and that's a problem for you. And that's a problem. That's a red flag that I can't question you. Thank you, Lisa and Blanken. And by the way, Teresa, I love you, girl. Thank you for your super chat. Yeah, WTF there, Aaron. I work in Las Vegas and I've worked in some pretty rough inner city schools here. I would never call a school I worked at a prison school. It was really a red flag. Mhm. Thank you for your super chat. And thank you for working in the school system again, being a high school counselor. Why is it acceptable at school from teachers to talk down to students? I would be fired if I talked to clients that way the teachers do to kids. It's culturally acceptable. I wonder that all the time, Kat. Why is it okay in general and not just schools? Bye, Jane. Why is it okay for people to talk to kids like they're dumb? I noticed that with kids. I also really, since I worked in senior living, people treat seniors that way all the time. And it makes me insane when people talk to older people like they automatically must have dementia or they automatically are forgetful or they're just not very sharp. It's grandma. Bullshit. People that are older deserve so much respect and it makes me insane. Do you know how sharp those people are? Do you know how much they've seen and heard with their eyes and ears in that many decades? People should be worshiping them for the most part. Some of them are assholes. I get that. But most older people, it's the greatest generation. And once they're dead, they're dead. Like take everything you can from them. It makes me insane that people talk down to kids and people talk down to seniors like they don't know what they're doing. Kids are very intelligent. Kids are very, very smart. Better together. Try to ask for a guidance counselor. Yeah. Let them know you did not attend public school past a certain age because of a cult, that you just need some support making all these sides are behaving inappropriate. Yeah, absolutely. It's not a bad idea at all. That's a really good plan, actually. Thank you, babe. And Hummingbird, that's weird. Aaron, I'm usually very pro-zoned public schools versus charter, but you may want to look into local charter schools. I don't understand the definition. Hey, Melissa, of a charter school. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what that means. I have no idea. Like I couldn't even guess at what that means. Somebody's going to have to explain that to me. It was a woman had been close with and supporting for the past 10 years. I told her in my email that she had shown me who she was and I was listening to now. That was how she responded. That's terrible. That's a different situation, Teresa. I'm sorry that happened to you. That is really bad. Yeah, Alana, I did not record the call. I don't have an Apple Watch anymore. That is not Huxley's first offense. Huxley got detention at the beginning of the year, right when he started. He pulled his cell phone out and he got detention for that. Wow. Thank you, Pete in Toronto. That is so nice of you. I love it when you guys gift memberships. Thank you. Charter schools can make their own curriculum, but still have to teach so much math, English. Weird. Huh. And it's a serious decision to make. Huxley hates it there. He hates the school, but I can't just pull him out of school and hey, no one. It's tough, guys. It weighs on me because I'm like, I don't want him to not be socialized. And these are the important years. He's in high school. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. Like I said, the web school is really close to us, and I love the web school. I would love for him to go there, but we all know private school is insane expensive. I'll have to figure something out. And honestly, in the last couple of days, I haven't really looked into anything because of the hospital I've been at. Honeybee, it's not a bad idea. I agree. Detention for 3 days was insane. Charter schools are run by businesses but bound by state standards in Florida. I never heard of such a thing. I don't understand what a charter school. I've never heard of that. They also can specialize in certain things, like a science school. Oh, okay. So that school in Nolansville I want him to go to, it's a baseball academy school. Would that be a charter school? Like they do school in the morning and all afternoon they do baseball practice and training. Would that be considered charter? Hey, Susie CJ, I homeschooled my 3 sons. My oldest is Huxley's age. There are different ways to do it. Contact the school board. They can help you find what's best for you and Hux. I'd be glad to help however I can. It was as great. It's as great as you make it. Thank you, Susie. That's so nice of you, babe, to offer that. And thank you for your super chat. Thank you, pause for Andrea. My mom said to me, she goes, we don't think homeschool is a good idea. And I said, okay, well, I haven't looked into anything. I don't know anything yet. It's jumping the gun. And she goes, I don't even think she goes, you may not even be qualified to homeschool. She goes, you don't even have a GED. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Like, I would never want to be a teacher for a kid. That's not, I thought Philadelphia was a state. Like, I don't think, though, that that's the case. I'm not teaching him. It's like a curriculum online, right? And like workbooks, and you turn in your papers somewhere, right? Am I wrong? I don't know anything about homeschool. I wasn't homeschooled. I was Scientology schooled. Okay, Shannon Watson. Well, anyway, it makes me, that's why I titled this The Ultimate State of Control. It just feels like people will run. I don't want to, Lori Driscoll. People will run with as much control as you give them. And again, it goes back to, and I feel guilty for this because the people who did screw me over, I taught them how to treat me, guys. Like, no, I didn't think so, Lumen. I taught them how to treat me. I never drew lines in the sand. I never said, hey, this is not acceptable. But going forward, I'm going to be way more careful about who I let close to me, who I give access to, right? And that doesn't mean people are going to get punished. That doesn't mean I'm not going to let anybody in. It just means I'm going to have my awareness turned way up. And as soon as I see something that I don't approve of or don't feel right about in my gut, I'm going to say it. I'm just going to say, look, I may risk losing you over this, but I have to say something to you. Hey, Original Anne. Thank you, Original Anne. Yeah, Paula Penley, not a bad thought. You're right, Duchess Diana. I just don't have high hopes. I wonder where the viruses are tonight. I just looked up charter schools in Tennessee. They are free. Okay. Thank you, Deanna Downey. I still don't really understand it, though, the idea. I'm going to email you. Keep in mind, though, if Hux wants to play baseball for a school team, switching schools can cause some issues with that. Yeah, no, I understand that for sure. And please email me, Aaron. Thank you. Am I the only one who doesn't look at the titles? I just see your live and join right away. Time Mark, I love that. You've been around forever. You're so supportive. Question asking again, can Canadians call into the show, Reese? Do you know? Well, it's going to be a Google number, Bo Beats, so probably. I don't see why not. And I sure hope so because I love your accent. Hey, Becky USA. Look into a private school scholarships. I have known 2 people who went full scholarship. Thank you, Original Ann. I don't look at the titles, honeybee. That's so you guys are so nice. If you get 3 days of detention or something like that, according to school policies, I would ask the principal what punishment is for bullying others according to school. Yeah, so I thought of that too. I was like, he got 3 days of detention for that? Like, it's just a harsh school. The other thing that was a red flag that she said to me I really didn't like, I didn't bring this up. She just said it. And when people do something like this, it makes me go, what? What did you just say? She goes, Anne Hummingbird, you're hilarious. She said, we're just applying policy. And she goes, we're not profiling. She goes, we're not singling him out. We're not treating him any different than anybody else. And I was like, no one said you did. Like, why did you bring that up? It freaked me out because when I was talking to my mom about it, my mom goes, it almost seems like they're kind of singling him out. And then when she said that on the phone, I was like, why did she say that? I didn't allude to that. I didn't say that. I thought that was weird. Crime me a river. Thank you for your super sticker. That's hilarious. I don't really pay attention to titles either. I'm just happy when I see Reese's. I love you, Teresa. You guys are so cool. This is why I'm like, this isn't for me. This isn't parasocial. These are my real friends. I'm sorry. I know that upsets some people, but like, these are my friends. I know who they are. I know who supports me and I know who doesn't. I know right now there's 581 people in here and a few of them fucking hate me. Like there's a few people watching right now wishing I was on fire. I get that. That's going to happen. That's life, I suppose. Don Gibbs, my sister homeschooled both children. They did school for 4 years, played baseball, etc., and worked their tobacco patch. My niece bought her first car at 14. That is really cool, Don. I think homeschooled kids are also fantastic. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And he's gone to public school his whole life. The kid is socialized, I promise. Thank you for your super chat. That's really cool. Yeah, Snake. Hey, Lino. Okay, Rach. Hey, DNV. Susie, through the school system, there are lectures and lesson plans, tutoring, sports, and everything else. You just hold them accountable. It can work. My son is learning coding, plays soccer. See, that's what I mean. Homeschooled kids are geniuses. Do they know about my channel? Have you thought about that? No. I'm sorry. I'm just not important enough. No one knows anything. I promise. I don't leave the house and people are like, oh my God, I watch your show. It's not real. Like, I'm a nobody. I'm a peon. I'm a nobody. Nobody knows who I am. Huxley's friends don't know who I am. Like, it's just not going to happen. And I like it that way. Like, Aaron has 250,000 subs. We walked all around Clearwater. Nobody knew who he was. That's a good thing. Like, I don't want to be known. Fame is not something I want to be known for. I thought it was funny. We walked into the Tampa org and I said, do you know who he is? And the guy was like, no. I thought he would be known by Scientologists. I got to be honest. Armine, Boudica. That's true. Lumen makes a good point. Since COVID, homeschooling has gotten a lot better. Oh, my guy is a vet, hangs his hat in Omaha and has quite a beard. Even with the distance, I feel safe with him and I trust him. I love that, Jamie. Are you close to Omaha? I never remember that. I'm from Omaha. That's awesome. Can't think of a better name. Says, looking forward to the call-in show. Would like to pick your brain on grief, being a widow. We're similar ages. First of all, I'm sorry you're a widow, but that's amazing. I would love to have a talk with you about that. That's a fantastic idea for a topic, but I am so sorry. Yeah, Sarah Bowman, it's really awful. Lino, I love that you made it. Let your haters be your motivators. That's true. I don't even think about my haters anymore. And luckily, no one tells me about them anymore. My mod stopped doing that. Nobody ever says to me like, hey, you should know about this, unless it's something really serious and threatening or exposing Huxley, doing something illegal. I don't want to know about it. Haters are always going to exist. Jealous people are always going to exist. It so doesn't faze me anymore. Hey, antics of a mama squirrel. Reese, please. I feel like there's more to that. There does seem to be a pattern with these fake friends. I agree. Whoever sent me that email, I was like, I didn't look at it from that point of view. That's an interesting perspective. It's a little weird. It's too many and it's too much of the same pattern, right? Like it's starting to look weird. Now, what do we do with that weird information? Fuck if I know. Excuse me. My mom said that. Maybe they don't like outsiders. Maybe they don't like outsiders. That is a thing here, guys. I have been told, okay, that sucks. Jamie Palmer, you guys are far apart. Um, the flashing lights. What are the flashing lights? You're scaring me. The tree behind me? Antics of a mama squirrel. Get into the Christmas spirit, my friend. It's a tree. Okay, if that bothers people, I'll turn it off. I won't have it on again. What was I saying? Yes. I have heard scenarios where people don't like newcomers. Maybe that's the case. ASAP Livesy, I hope not. That would really suck, and I hope not. Is this person? Okay. Reese and her trees giving people in the background seizures. I'm so sorry. I didn't even think about it. I just love that tree. Alicia got it for us. Anne Marie. Hello, Reese and Chat. I'm a lurker, or better yet, replay crew. Well, welcome. I have watched and enjoyed your growth from the beginning. You are an example to me. Don't let other people steal your light. Anne Marie, what a babe. You're really cute. And thank you for saying that. Thank you. Thank you. Pink Dolphin, I don't know. You're beautiful and they're jealous of you. Tina Serlin, you're an angel. Thank you for saying that. I don't know. Deanna Downey. I don't know that that's true, but I know that haters come from somewhere, right? It comes from some sort of motivation. We have something they want, right? Laura DePreet, I love that. I'm sorry for the tree, guys. Malarkey, I haven't really got into a deep conversation with Huxley about this. So I don't know what he wants, but I will tell you this. When he talked to me about it the other day, he said, I absolutely hate this school. And guys, Huxley has a lot of experience with schools. Okay. He went to the same school until 5th grade. In the 6th grade, he went to a new school. In the 7th grade, he went to a different school. 8th grade, he went to a different school. Okay. 7th and 8th were 2 different schools for some reason in Kansas City. So he's been to different schools. And he said, he goes, this is the worst school. He was like, I've never been to a school like this. It's terrible. Bibo Beats, love you, girl. Angie Mo, you could be right. We should go to lunch and talk about that. I do too, Paula Penley. We'll figure out a solution, guys. I'm not going to let my kid. Antics of a mama squirrel. Oh, the tree. Here, I'm going to sit in front of it. And I'm also going to end this stream soon anyway. There we go. He's doing that for you. Guys, I'm not going to let my kid be tortured. So I'm going to talk with the superintendent. I'm going to figure out what needs to be done. And if we can't come to a solution and I have to, I will pull him out of school. Yes. And Teresa's spot on here. If Hux doesn't have a pattern of behavior of hating schools, I would listen to his complaints more closely. I trust his instincts. Yeah, absolutely. Peg Hughes. Wow. I don't know about that, Angie Mo. I wouldn't be so sure. I don't know. I don't know what you know what I mean? The qualifications would be. Oh, Susanna, absolutely true. Absolute truth. Yeah. Guys, I feel good about this. I feel like this is again. You know, Time Arc, I think this is so old. This guy, it's like from a TJ Maxx from a long time ago. Yeah, Jin. I'm so glad you didn't accept that him being put in detention for basically nothing. You have good instincts. Yeah. Thank you, Jin. Thank you for saying that. Sarah Bowman, I do too. I trust Huxley. You guys know Huxley. He's not a little weasel. Like he's the best kid you could ask for in a school. All the teachers have said that every single year he's been in a school. They're like, hey, Elizabeth Frazier, he's so respectful. He holds the door for people. He carries things for people. Like Huxley is not, is that a rose candle? Yeah, girl. I won't even burn this. I got 3 of them too. So this was in the Anthro sale. See, it says rose. And I got this. So they're normally Anthropologie. They're $26. I got it for 18 in the half off sale. So it was half off of 18. Yes, you're damn right I did. I love the smell of rose. I love the smell of rose. And it's sad because I should burn this candle, but I just can't bring myself to do it. And I think the jar is so pretty. Isn't that pretty? I love Anthropologie candles, but I can't afford anything there. So I always buy it in the half off sale. Yeah. That could be, Lino. They're not used to well-mannered kids. I will tell you, I said this the other day. Hey, Leticia, Huxley has had a bit of a culture shock in this school because he said tons of people use hate words in this school. And he was like, I've never heard those words in school. He's like, it's wild to me. It's not funny. It's insane. And it makes me absolutely crazy. I talked to the coach about it. Daughter of the King, welcome. He got a day. He got a day of detention for it, Copper Top. Jin, I'm saying hi to you now, babe. I'm saying hi to you now. Yeah, Jamie Palmer. I haven't had a parent-teacher conference yet at this school. They're very out of touch. Hey, SJ. I didn't know that, no one. It's a bad situation. So, guys, I'm probably going to sign off here. We've been on for almost 2 hours. Yeah, and Hummingbird. Jin. Cute. Okay, Pink Dolphin. But I just want to say thank you for listening. I was kind of all over the place. I've been at the hospital, like I said, the last couple of days. I will try to hop on tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow, reminder to everyone who's an upper tier member, tomorrow is our Zoom call meeting at noon. We usually go for a couple hours. And Time Mark, you too. And I look forward to talking to you guys. I'm actually, again, I look very forward to these Zoom calls. They mean a lot to me. And I just feel like I'm in really good company. Hey, Geoplanet Jane. Thank you, Duchess Diana. The fact that Hux is uncomfortable with hate words being used casually says all I need to know about his character. Oh my God. Huxley came home in tears about it. He was so upset about the hate words. He was like, this is insane. I've never been around this. He really unloaded on me. And I went to the school and I talked about it. And basically they were like, what do you want us to do? It's very different here. It's just different. That doesn't mean people in the South are gross or anything. It's a different place. It's a different place. It was a culture shock for us and he fucking hates it. And so do I. Yorkie Mom, I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, babe. Thank you, Lori. Angie Moe, I don't think so. No, it shouldn't be at all, but I would love to talk to you. That would be amazing. Yes, Copper Top, I would agree. And thank you for saying that. So I will see you all tomorrow after the Zoom call. I don't know if I'm going to go to the hospital after the Zoom call or do a show and then go to the hospital. Probably go to the hospital after the Zoom call. So we'll do a little bit of a later show tomorrow like we did tonight, if that works for you guys. But thank you for joining me. Thank you for being with me. I needed this tonight. We went all over the place, but I needed it. Please hit subscribe. Please, because YouTube does unsubscribe you guys. So make sure you're subscribed and I will see everybody tomorrow. Thank you tonight for all the wisdom. Thank you for your super chats, your memberships. It means everything to me. And I want to say thank you. I really mean that. I will see you all tomorrow. Love you, Deanna Downey. I can't wait to talk to you tomorrow. Here comes Fred and everybody have a safe night. I love you all.